the Borgia TV show. He's a relative of the same guy. He commissioned that painting of the Last Supper to be painted. I mean, he paid for it, and that's basically he's promoting so-called white supremacy before it was was called that. All right, and his nickname was El Moro, Moor. I mean, he descended from the Moors, and the Moors were Israelites from North Africa. All right.
This is it says there was a priest who famously believed that Yahushua and the Heavenly Father Yahweh are not the same, but rather Yahushua was created being subordinate to the Most High.
What do you read?
I typed in there was a priest who was famously up against the Nicaea Council. They took him to council basically. Yeah. And it says the priest who famously believed that Yahushua and Yahweh are not the same, but rather that Yahushua was created being subordinate to Yahweh was Arius, a Alexandrian priestbearer of the 4th century, whose teachings Ardeism caused the major controversy that led to the Council of Nicaea, which affirmed Yahushua's divinity and co-eternity with the Father. So the Council of Nicaea was a bunch of wicked ass niggas.
Yeah, co-eternity. I don't know what that exactly means, but Yahushua was created by the Father.
Yeah. Yahushua has a start date.
Yeah.
The Most High doesn't.
And Arius was a preacher of that. Basically, he was saying Yahushua was created by the Heavenly Father.
That's the original meaning and understanding.
Yep.
Was Yahushua was the first spirit created.
Yep.
The Father was not created. He had no beginning or no end.
Right. Yep.
So during that time, before I guess 400 AD, they already came to the conclusion they already corrupted the doctrine before. That's 400 AD. They already corrupted the doctrine.
Yep.
And Constantine was like 300 something like that.
Well,
so the doctrine was already corrupt
right.
with the different
well,
Greco,
exactly.
Doctrines.
Remember, during the time of Greece, you had Israel consenting to the religions and belief systems of the heathen.
Yeah.
You also had John Hyrcanus, which was converting.
The second. I was always thinking. Make sure you say
right.
the second.
The
first was good.
Right. So who was responsible for converting a lot of those Edomites and then they're mingling them in there too?
Yeah. You had the first John Hyrcanus. Yeah. The first Hyrcanus, he the one that Judaized him. The second Hyrcanus, he the one that sold him out, sold Jake out to the Romans. But yeah, like you said, like you had Israelites.
And as a matter of fact, during the Greco-Roman period, you had Israel worshiping white gods, like Serapis Christus, as Elder Apostle Gomorrah goes into. So that spirit was already out there. Just it came back, through things like Caesar Borgia.
And it come out of that Roman Greco period because those Romans and the real Romans and the real Greeks, those are Edomites, bro. Yep. And Jake had an affinity for that shit. Yep. They had an affinity for it because it allowed them to rebel against the Lord. That's it. Jake felt like they was what you said, FOMO, fear of missing out. Yep. Jake had that fear of missing out back then. Right. And they got it today.
Right. Then the benefits that come with being
a heathen.
Yep.
And then a heathen with position. And so it wasn't the lower class of Jakes that started it. It was the upper class Jakes that did it. That influenced Jake to get down with them niggas. Same thing you got going on today. What's that bitch? Nicki Minaj got on Turning Point with that fake ass actress. What her name? Chucky. The nigga that got shot in the neck. His wife. Yeah, Erica. That chick. She get up on there. Why? Because she want Nicki Minaj to influence these young girls, young Jake girls, to follow her. Like now she believes in Trump. Huh? Yeah, be more conservative. But when in reality, neither one of them women are conservative.
You a woman and you speak, you ain't fucking conservative.
No, bitch.
You got the other conservative women online. They conservatives, mainly Edomite women, thinking that they're pseudo-conservative. They're not really conservative. It's just an act. Yeah. They're playing a part.
They're echoing talking points, and that's as far as it goes.
Right, that men come up with, and then they not, because you shouldn't be, if you're a conservative woman, you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't even hear your voice.
But yeah, so like that's what I'm saying, and it's the same tricks over and over again to keep Jake influenced by the world. And now you have the truth. Now the truth is so evident. The apostles, from the apostles, the bishop, elders, the brothers on down, and it's camps all over the world. Different camps, different people who claiming that they know this truth is something they got to fight against. Because now what we doing, we pulling back from the world, and that's fucking the world up, bro. It's fucking. Hey, look, we see Christmas just passed. That shit was like a regular day, bruh. It was the first time I grew up here in this city like you rest of you brothers. I remember it was a time you could smell Christmas, man. That spirit was crazy. And now it's like it was just another day. I forgot it was even Christmas. I just thought it was a day.
Yeah, they saying it might be the last one at Christmas.
Yeah, it should be. I hope so. Yeah. We praying how about y'all shine come back 2026 be the year. Let's hasten this day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, fuck New Year, fuck that. We about to get out of here. We about to go home.
Hey, but the time moving so quick is as if those 3 major holidays that these people celebrate was wrapped up in the fucking one day.
It was. This is exactly how it is. Well, they say now that they had to cancel the New Year's Eve in a lot of major places in the country because it's so-called a tax. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then look, the Lord put all that damn snow in New York. They got done then. I was like, shit. You know what I mean? I was supposed to go up there. Yeah, it's bad out there right now, man. So hey, judgment.
It might be a T attack.
Yeah, it might be
this time. Yeah. They ordered the spaceship. Your house shine might do the ID4 thing.
Yeah, they've been talking about that 3-eye atlas shit. Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not. I know the chariots is real. Right. So I've been talking about that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
He was building up that thing.
Yeah. And niggas still ain't gonna believe it. Oh, that was AI. Now everything's AI now, right? Nigga, that was Allen Iverson, nigga. What? It wasn't AI, man. This is what was there. Yeah. Yeah, hey, you question yourself like, wait a minute, what them nigga did?
They met each other one time. I did some research. They didn't meet each other one time.
But it wasn't that video that.
Oh hell no! That's like Bruce Lee training them and all that, giving them pointers, back like that.
That shit never happened. That shit is cat. It was. I seen one where they had Michael Jackson, all these other niggas at a party. I'm like, oh, all these niggas is dead. When these niggas get? And even the shit with Epstein, they show the Epstein pictures and Mike is up there with the bitches and the kids, and you like, wait a minute. And you don't know if it's. I'm questioning it. Was it AI? Was he really there? I know he was a sellout, but. There's a lot of shit going on, man, and that's because reality is setting in. The chariots are real. The angels are real. Yahweh Shai is definitely real. You about to see spiritual things happen, spiritual powers, spiritual beings, which is the angels. Right. You're going to see demons jumping out motherfuckers and on motherfuckers whooping ass.
That's a part of Esau's deceptive tactics, though, too, is using that AI and allowing that thing to run rampant to cause people to question, but not in a righteous sense.
Right. Yeah.
You know? Because we are about to see miracles and righteous things.
Yeah.
You know, but people are going to question, well, whatever they saw, was it real, was it not? Yeah, you gonna have certain that was Project Bluebeam.
Yeah, but I ain't heard Project Bluebeam. Now we got AI. And it's crazy because you see brothers healing.
But then when it's really Yahweh Shai, they not gonna believe. No, we have to understand the scriptures. If something happened, right? Or they say the Lord came down, here or there, not to believe it. Why? Because we understand when Yahweh Shai really comes. First of all, those major final prophecies are gonna have to come first. Yeah. Especially the mandation of the seed.
Look at witchcraft.
Okay.
And Nehemiah.
And then, even then, all eyes are going to see him. It ain't going to be one particular place. Yeah. So, this is where we
broadcast.
Yeah.
It's going to be broadcast. You're going to see Howard Shai standing on top of the chair if you watching TV or if you on your cell phone. Right. And if you're not there in that particular area, which is America, right? You're going to see it, and then you're going to feel it.
Right. And there's an expression. I forget exactly who said it, but it was something to the effect of. Believe only half of what you hear and none of what you see, something to that effect.
Well, Nixon said people believe everything they see on TV. You remember, I come out of that age. My grandma, she
remember he made a phone call to the moon. Remember he made a phone call to the moon. He made a phone call to the fucking moon, Nixon.
Yeah.
So, excellent statement. Back then, that's when live streaming first started. Live streaming first started in the 60s. Yeah. When he did the first audio live stream. Well, he live streamed from the moon too. That was the first live stream. 286,000 miles allegedly, right? Yeah. 286,000 mile live stream. Mm-hmm. Esau say that they can go millions of miles radio waves, but okay.
Yeah, see.
It wasn't nobody on the moon to call, nigga. Who to call, nigga? Right. I ain't calling nobody. I'm just saying, like, the nigga, I'm like, nigga, who you calling on the moon, nigga? Give me that number. Right. Load that bitch up, 555-555-555.
Premiere, they did that's first premiere.
Yeah, it's cat, man, and it's crazy that nigga Buzz Aldrin, he doing bad right now, bro. Yeah. They had that picture of this nigga in the bed, fucked up. It was like he broke, busted, and disgusted. He need help, financial help. I'm like, nigga, you lied, nigga.
Right.
And he told the truth a couple times. He should be.
He should be a damn man.
First man.
First man walked on the moon.
He should have stayed up there.
There was a video of a little girl. She said, "Y'all went to the moon?"
Yeah,
she's like,
"Well, no."
He said that sounds like an adult question.
Yeah.
If somebody asked you to say something like that, that sounds like an adult question.
Go back. He said because we didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they never.
He's trying to be sarcastic, but but the thing is, like, why would you say that? You know, people, you know, harp on every word, every word. You know?
And he punched the dude in the face when he came at him and shit.
Oh yeah, the funny thing happened on the way to the moon. The guy that produced that. Yeah. The funny thing, he asked him like a specific
Which is real,
question.
man. It's like, see, now it's like the lies, the deception. When we read Revelation 20, you ain't got to get it, but when we read it and he talk about how he deceived the world, this is what Yahweh Shimon Shah is talking about, bro.
Yeah, well, we can't get it.
Yeah, one.
Well, since you can't do nothing against it, you for it.
Yeah, Nehemiah.
What is that going to cause? It's going to cause people to actually come to the Lord.
Right.
Because when you have somebody, they might think it's AI that a brother healed somebody that couldn't walk or whatever.
Well, come down and watch it. Come down and watch.
They'll be like, you know what? I got a cousin. Shit, if they can heal, if they say they can heal, I'm gonna come down and see.
Well,
or we can heal you through the internet.
Well,
you don't gotta come down.
Also, to that,
did that.
simultaneously as these things are happening, the truth is going to become more scarce.
Yep. Yeah.
And the prophets are going to become less accessible.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing. That's the beauty of all this, because when everything is starting to come into question, the men of the Lord are going to have the scriptures and the wisdom, right? The stability of the times is going to be the knowledge that we obtained to the power of the Holy Spirit. So we're going to be filtering everything that we see, everything that's going on, what we've been doing, monitoring what's going on, what's happening. The rest of the people are going to be scratching their heads and running to and fro trying to figure this whole thing out. And they ain't going to get it. Most of y'all are not going to get it. And that's going to leave you in terror. Remember, it says that their hearts are going to fail them for fear for the things that are coming upon the earth.
That's right. Yeah, because the government's going to lie to you. We telling you the truth. The government's going to lie to you. And that's what witchcraft is. When you look up witchcraft, go back to some variation of pharmakeia, which means the use administration of drugs and deception. Deception.
Now that word deception, when you look it up, you got the prefix de, which means away from or away. And then the second half, I forget how you pronunciate it, but it means to take. When you break it down, it means to take away from the truth. Deception means to take someone away from the truth. Literally.
And that's Esau's power is deception, bro. That deception is strong.
Yeah, actually, it's pharmakois.
Pharmakois. All right, same variation.
It's a nigga, right?
No, I want you to get one in the New Testament.
Okay, come on, Galatians. This
is 2 or 3, right?
20.
But go ahead, read what you got.
This is Galatians 5. And
I mean, show up 3 times. The variation of pharmakois.
Oh,
so it should be 3 scriptures to show up. 2 or 3 scriptures. Once you click the word, it'll give you. You a blue letter?
Yeah, the word deception is D, which means or de, away, in capier, which means to take, away from the truth. That's what Esau been set up to do. That's what these wicked ass niggas has been set up to do. In the entertainment industry, that's all they've set up to do. If they're not telling you a direct lie, they're omitting truths. Because remember, when they come into that industry and they make that covenant, they're exposed to certain things that they omit. They don't tell you. Because at the end of the day, the brother mentioned witchcraft. All they become is lower level witches and warlocks. And their whole objective is once they put their name on that contract, they belong to whoever wrote that contract, and then they're on the payroll to do that deception.
Right. And America's all about, in the world too, but in Western countries, all about the use and administration of drugs and deceptions. This is why that's a perfect word to describe witchcraft, and that's the whole world was under with the C-19 thing. That was a use and administration of drugs and deception. So it all ties in.
I got it.
Well, that nigga Charlemagne the guy was talking about using a scouser, whatever that shit. That DMT shit.
Yeah,
he was that nigga. He's just
like psychedelics.
Yeah, he said he did a 3-day retreat and he was so high that the demon was talking to him.
Like, going to South America?
He said he went down there. He did it for 3 days. He said that the demon was he didn't call it a demon. He said it's a she god or goddess or a god, and it was having a conversation with him while he was high up, and it was telling him everything he didn't want to see. He said, you know how you like, it come to your mind, something like that, you just shake it off. He said he could not shake it off.
Yeah, the spirit was showing it to him whether he wanted to see it or not. He couldn't get out of it.
And then he said, and then he came up with a book. That was how he wrote a book. Get truth or die trying, some shit like that. You know, some book. The demon gave him a book.
Something to the effect of tell the truth or die lying or something.
Yeah,
like that.
tell the truth or die lying. Yeah, that's what it is.
Something like that.
Get the truth or die lying.
Yeah.
Get the truth or die lying. Which he ain't got the truth, nigga.
Right.
We got the truth, bro. The fuck you mean? I ain't gotta get high up to I ain't gotta get no drugs to get this truth, man. Because the truth is sobering.
Yeah.
But see, what they is, they trying to climb up another way to get spiritual.
That's it.
Esau has to get drugged up. That's why the drugs don't affect Esau the way they affect Jacob, right? You know, I mean, you go to Kensington, you see them people fucked up. But crack in the 1990s, bro, that shit was another demon. But the point of the matter is that these people use these drugs to tap into the left-hand side. That's called witchcraft. We were talking about pharmakia. That's what these Jake warlocks and witches in South America, that's what they do. They can't. They go up the neck. They go up the ladder the other way, and they tap into these demons. And they might tell them the truth on certain levels, but they don't give them the truth. We got the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai on us, which is a pure spirit. It's not defiled. If you gotta put the drugs in you, you're defiling your body, right? You're gonna do some wicked shit while you hide up. You see what they had the nigga Diddy doing on pink cocaine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no, that ain't the move, B. You know what I'm saying? You want the truth, you got to get the unadulterated truth, man. And the truth is not pretty. The truth will hurt you, but it's going to fix you. You got it.
Yep, there's another scripture that uses that word pharmakia. This is Revelation 18:23. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more in all thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by sorceries were all the nations deceived.
Sorceries, yeah. And then that's pharmakia.
Yep,
right
pharmakia, yep.
Pharmakia, and what? The use, administration of drugs deceptively, okay? And deception. So, I mean, see, the other camps ain't going like Captain Cesaria. They're not going to look in the word. He'll say, I don't know Greek. Like, he made this statement about not knowing the Greek. Like, you don't gotta know the Greek perfectly, but you should like know the words, like have it on the tip of your tongue, like right in the corner of your mind, so you can just look at it. Oh, I read this 1,000 times. I just forgot most of it, but I instantly it's recalling to my memory. All right, that's how it should be with these words. Right? Yeah. You should know the words.
If you don't know the root words, then you're never going to be able to properly apply them in context when it comes to the scriptures.
To prove your point.
Yeah.
Okay, to prove the context with the text. You got to be able to prove your points.
If you always take the word for surface value, you're never going to get the full understanding. Like the whole
English. Oh yeah, they went to English.
Yeah, it don't work that way. In order to have a firm understanding, you got to be rooted in the basics, and you also have to have the understanding of the words and their roots in relation to the context. Otherwise, you're going to get lost up in it. You're not going to be able to break the word Gentile down, okay, and be able to properly decipher it, or how to apply really any scriptures.
Yeah, surface level witchcraft is what? A damn old ass Edomite with a weird ass nose with boils on her face mixing a fucking pot. Yep. That's you think of witchcraft, or you think of some person burning candles and shit, you know, putting a curse on you. So you gotta look it up. Mm-hmm. The use of administration of drugs, deception.
Right. And why is that important? Because they have society as a whole inundated with a whole bunch of pharmakias to keep them in a sedative state. Yeah. The word drug itself, if a brother could look it up, I believe it means sedation. Like when you drug somebody, you put them in a state of sedation. Sedation is really basically become passive. Yeah. So you lack awareness, you're not cautionary, and this is why deceit and pharmakia or pharmaceuticals work so well hand in hand, because you're more susceptible to believe those lies, because remember, it's also a chant. This is why they repeat the same thing over and over and over again. This is why advertising works so well, because they repeat the same thing over and over again. I think it's what something Gibbles. He had said that basically, if you repeat a lie, a brother got to look this up. If you believe a lie, if you state a lie long enough, people will tend to believe it. So that's why they have the advertising, they have the entertainment, they have media, which the word media, right? Yeah. Going back to median, which is the conveying of messages, all right, specifically on the left-hand side.
That's why.
So when you got a sick people that can't fight them or fight physically, and a mentally unstable nation, right? Yeah. Who is willing to be more passive, not willing, but basically become more passive. It's very easy to fool and trick these people.
That's why we always talk about the one of the doctrines out here that people always bring up. Well, you know, the brain doesn't fully develop until 25.
Oh man, I was all it's the spirit. Everything y'all brothers are going into, I have footnotes on because I was looking it all up today. So there are scientists in the scientific community that are in opposition to that whole idea and concept because it doesn't make any sense. You're saying it's a fixed number. There's no fixed number for that. Yeah. Okay?
Well, scientists are nothing more, modern day scientists are nothing more than warlocks anyway.
Right, exactly.
And witches
right.
too.
And so people latch on to these expressions and don't do any further research.
Right. And the brain being developed doesn't mean you can't make good decisions.
Exactly.
That's just fucking stupid.
Well, this is where you got to understand gullibleness and being naive are not necessarily just a lack of intelligence. It could be literally a personality disorder. This is why people who have bad experiences, they're more reluctant to believe somebody. Yeah. Somebody else who hasn't had necessarily those same experiences, they believe in something called good faith. If I don't do it, why would someone else do it to me? This is where that gullible factor comes in. Because they're a little detached. It's a personality thing, not necessarily a mental maturity. But they conflate all that. So you just allow 25 is the day. How? Motherfuckers are in their 30s and they don't fucking know how to do right from wrong.
Well, Chuck D said America.
But they're mentally mature, but they're still making shitty, piss poor decisions. Yeah. Why? Because they got fucking personality disorders.
Yeah, Chuck D said in the interview, America, or not just America, but Western culture teaches you to be a child or a teenager until you're 35 years old.
Right.
That's the mindset that people are in.
Right.
And it's even worse now.
And they enable people to be like that.
Yeah, they enable.
Because it's a spirit of unaccountability.
Yeah.
Emphasizing.
Right.
Or Arrested Development.
Yeah, Arrested Development.
Because you gotta understand, they gonna say.
Jay-Z, I was like, bro, it's 2025.
Listen, they gonna say one break.
Arrested Development.
That 25 is the age where the prefrontal cortex fully develops, but also tell you that a child's ability to understand yes and no, which is literally a distinguishing characteristic trait of knowing right from wrong in the very beginning stages of their life. Yeah. From about 5 to their first introduction to the toddler years, they know the first thing is yes and no. The first thing my son learned to fucking repeat me on is no. He knew no right away. No. No.
A toddler knows how to lie. Yeah, a toddler would literally manipulation.
Try to feed him. No. No, you're going to eat that protein. No.
Eat your vegetables.
No.
That's what America does. It puts you in like that sedated state with the drugs to influence you. And that's why everybody is so fucking, for lack of better words, retarded, man.
Yeah. Well, Bishop Elder Tazadakba, he had told us about the atrazine. They put that shit in your food and it fuck up your, it turn you gay. Like it turned 2 frogs gay.
You gotta understand. That's a fact. Yeah. Remember, a lot of these chemicals, what they do is reduce testosterone in a man. Yeah. All right, or cause more estrogen. That's why they finally started putting on these different packages about soy. Because remember, an over consumption of soy brings down the male testosterone. Yeah. All right, hormone testosterone. But then conversely, for the woman's side, they had the chemicals that reduce testosterone and bring down estrogen. That's why you have over masculine females and over effeminate males. Yeah, absolutely.
And this goes deep. The conception goes deep because it's a constant attack on the Israelites.
Yep.
Especially, particularly the Israelite man.
Yep.
If you are, and then even go further, particularly the Judite man. That man, that particular man, that's why so-called African-American, Negro-American man has it the hardest. And it's difficult on all our tribes, but the African-American man, they know that that's the top brass of the Israelite ladder. And so this is why it's a constant attack. It's part of that deception too.
Right. If I may add, this is why the scriptures talk about rebellion being as a sin of witchcraft, because that the pharmaceutical drugs or sedation, and then couple it with the deception, causes our people to rebel more and more and more and more. Yeah. Remember, the whole objective of Esau is trying to remove us from our power. Remember, Psalms 83. What did they do? They consulted against the Lord's hidden ones. To what? To cut them off from being a nation.
And on top of that, you got they keep the name of the Lord away from us. So they give us Jesus, and they give you God, they give you Allah, Yeshua, all these crazy names. And then they do this because they know that once you start calling on Yahweh Shem Shai, they can't do nothing against you.
Right.
And then you start not only calling on him, but then you obeying him.
Yep.
When you obey Yahweh Shem Shai, he rock with you. Because see, they teach you in Christianity the law is done away with because they don't want you to get near to the Lord. When we talk about the law, statutes, commandments, and keeping them, it's not saying that we can keep it fully, because we can't, and we're not in any position to do that. But when you start obeying the Lord, you start to get closer to Yahweh Shem Shai, and that's it. You start obeying, you start fearing Him, right? Because you do these things because you don't want certain things to happen to you.
Right. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Right, and they don't want you to have that. So what they do, they teach you that no more laws. They teach you that the Lord's name is not important. They teach you that emphasizing on a so-called spiritual aspect versus in a physical aspect. Notwithstanding that once you start getting closer to Yahweh Shem Shai, and He start dealing with you, they can't come against you. There's nothing they can do against you.
The name of the Lord, the vibration of the name of Yahweh Shem Shai literally changes you.
Yeah.
You know, you brothers, I'm pretty sure brothers are done for look at old pictures of yourself and how simple you look.
Oh man,
bugged out.
You look.
I was like, I was through. I was in that army, no beard, butt naked face, through.
You be looking at that like that's a whole.
That's not even me.
Yeah, it's not me.
That ain't me.
I was like, nah.
There's a like it's like a deer in the headlights, and then versus you now, you look totally different. Showing you the names of the Lord is so important to the nation of Israel. Of course, Esau is gonna remove it from us, man.
Can I get a preset?
Yes.
Real quick.
For sure.
You got something before Key?
It's lucky.
Did you have something?
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
All right. After you read what you got.
Hey, real quick, this is the book of Judah, chapter 5. Judah chapter 5, verse Judah chapter 5, verse 17. It says, "And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the Most High that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which He appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into lands that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up upon the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is."
Where you reading from?
Judah chapter 5,
Judah.
verse 19. And it's again, "But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from their places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power before them, and we become a reproach before all the world." So there's a concerted effort to keep you away from Yahweh Shai, and keep you in a state of iniquity and sin, because they know the Lord hates that, and He's going to be against you if you do that. But they said if they return to their Lord, that you're going to end up basically fighting against their power, and you're going to lose. You're going to be a reproach, right? And so they don't want you to return to the Lord. They want you to stay separated from Yahweh Shai. And they knew that's the key. That's why the world we live in today is nothing but wholesale iniquity. Everything that we touch, everything we see, everything we do, you participating in iniquity. But like the scripture says, blessed be the man who the Most High imparted not his iniquities. Right? Because why is that? Because now you got a pardon. Like Trump gave Kodak Black and the nigga Lil Wayne pardons and shit. Yahweh Shem Shah gave us a pardon, Lord willing. And so our sins are not going to be held against us. Not saying that you sin willfully, but the point of the matter is that the Lord see you returning back to him. He not going to hold that iniquity that you've done and committed against you. So he going to be with you. And that's the thing. That's why this world is a wholesale wickedness, man. Esau, the biggest export from America, is wickedness. Go ahead, brother.
I got some. This is Joshua 24:15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, choose you this day whom you will serve. Whether the gods which your fathers served were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. So we gonna serve the Lord.
We gonna serve the Lord.
And that's what you just brought up, because what you was breaking down, that remind me of Psalms 83, the crafty council. From Amalek to Moab, all these nations, they want to destroy the chosen ones. We're really superheroes. Yeah. And once they basically Lex Luthor. Yeah. So what they want to do is destroy our power and our source, and that is starting with the so-called black man Judah all the way down to the other tribes, but mainly the remembrance and knowing of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. But you can't. We got the name, so you can't stop us. Okay, you can't stop us.
Sin and iniquity is our kryptonite on this. Really, the flesh is our kryptonite on this side. And in the kingdom of heaven, we ain't gonna have this body, this flesh no more. Ain't gonna be no kryptonite for us. The only thing that we gonna be incapable of doing is sinning. Right. And baby, if we ain't sinning, we winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's that finalization of our cleansing, because it begins with receiving this word. Being renewed in the spirit of our minds. But that ultimate transition is going to be when we receive those new bodies, where we basically are removed from this corruptible flesh. No matter how much we want to do right, being that we were made subject to vanity, we're in this corruptible flesh. We're really relying on the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai to make us perfect. That's really our covering. And until we get the new bodies, man, we're always going to be struggling. With sin. That's why we need a savior. That's why we need to be delivered.
We need Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Don't forget to say that throughout your day.
That's it.
What time we wrap up?
Yeah, we about to ready to wrap it up.
You got something from the kid, or you gonna add on?
So to read it, it says,
brothers who have the slack, brothers that got the last presets, bring them out, get them ready.
So it says Nahum chapter 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, it says the mistress of witchcraft.
Was that Nahum?
Nahum.
Okay, come. Yeah.
It says that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. So when you get that word for witchcraft in the Greek word is pharmakon. That's the.
That was powerful when the elders brought that out years ago. That was probably one of the most powerful words I've ever heard when they brought that out in like 2007, 2008. That was powerful. You ain't gonna learn that if you in the so-called Christian church. You ain't gonna learn that.
Yeah, from here.
Yeah, and the variations thereof. Go ahead.
So it says literal sense of drugs, potions, poisons. It says it's like it says in the KJV, witchcraft, sorceries, and it says meaning and context. Nahum portrays Nineveh as a seductive seller of nations. So seduction and fidelity used to lure and corrupt peoples. It says the ensnaring means behind the deceptive, controlling sorceries, often linked to potions, poisons, and spiritual manipulation.
Yeah, in America, it's spiritual Nineveh.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, brother, read verse 1.
Yeah, America is Assyria, Babylon, New Rome, Egypt, Sodom.
And by the way, that word mistress is the female to the masculine part of it, which means master. They're a master of these things, of the left-hand side. Remember, that's because they're the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. So they're fully tapped in.
And it's the whore of Babylon. It's a woman.
Yep.
It's a mistress. Same thing.
Yep.
Look at
the rider from the scarlet colored beast.
Yep.
Mistress. That's the mistress.
Look
Revelation.
at Rick Owens' wife is a prime example.
Yeah, the dude walked up to her and asked if she believed in God. She's like,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah. She, you can clearly see her. Look at this woman. This is clearly a fucking.
Well, one of them high-level
witches
is Brockovich.
Oh, Maria Abramovich.
Because remember, a lot of them celebrities got to go through that damn spirit cooking ritual.
What a
And they
dude.
send her to that one, which
The older one that
wasn't she married supposedly to Anthony Bourdain, and he ended up dying, the famous chef.
Killed himself. Yeah.
Supposedly.
Octavia Bourdain, yeah.
What's that?
Her name is Octavia, the other girl.
Oh, his girl?
That was with
Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she has a relationship or something to
Maria Abramovich.
right.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this guy ends up winding up dead.
Well, the dude that did the money ball, the dude that created the money ball, his name is Guevara. His last name is Guevara. His first name is Alberto. Last name Guevara, something like that. He created that money ball. He got a picture with him and Maria Abramovich on shoulder to shoulder with 666 in the back and around. And his name Cayman is actually a demon.
Yeah,
And futuristic telling demon.
Now, a lot of these celebrities, they have their alter egos,
Yeah,
which is basically the demon that's inhabiting them.
yeah,
It's basically what it comes down to, or what they call the muse, their muse.
it is. This is what we fighting against. The scripture says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against wickedness in high places, the rulers of this world, bro. Because see, the rulers of the next world is righteousness, man. And you're going to be dealing with spirits in that world, right? Righteous spirits on high levels. You know what I mean? But we fighting right now. We fighting against this man, and he wants to make you believe that these things don't exist. Oh, it's just TV. It's just a show. It's just, witches aren't real. That big ass, and you see that black bitch, she's inhabited with them demons on her.
Just a movie.
Yeah. It's just a fucking movie. No,
I was just saying, that's a saying. One of the greatest lies in the world is making the devil that he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So the whole world doesn't think the devil exists, so they can wall out and ball out to anything they want to do.
We know the history on Hollywood.
Yeah.
Where basically it goes back to the warlocks and witches.
Yeah.
Or the druids.
Yeah, the druids. Which Queen Elizabeth, the bitch that died, she was a druid. She was a druid high priestess. When she got inducted, before she got coronated, she got inducted into the high priestesshood of the Druidism. And it's these Edomites dressing as druids.
Right.
They learned that shit from Jake.
All in black.
Yeah. They learned all of that shit from Jake in the Middle Ages, and they took that shit to the woods, and they get down like that.
Yep.
You got that shit going on in the Redwoods in July.
Yep, Sonoma County, California, Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, the Bohemian Grove.
Yep.
So this is what we playing. This is what you fighting against, bro.
Yep.
So when you out here fighting these demons and you see this shit going on, brother, hey, count it all. Well, Yahushua said, marvel not. But count it a joy that your names are known in heaven, bro.
Right.
Yahweh Shai know each and every last one of us, brother. And you need to thank the Lord every day for that blessing. This is what we fighting against, bro. It ain't no flesh and blood right here, bro. This is spiritual, man. We're spiritual people. See, the Edomites, they want to be spiritual. Oh, I'm a spiritual person. No, you're not. You ain't no fucking spiritual person. You carnal. We spiritual on the right-hand side. You playing on the left-hand
They
side.
still celebrate Christmas.
Yeah, celebrating fucking Christmas. And that shit, and that demon's gone. That demon, that Christmas demon, he slipped out the back door. He on vacation. That nigga's got his feet up in Hawaii somewhere. You know what I mean? Melikaliki Maka and shit. You know what I mean? Is the thing to say. Not at all. So,
Finish.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Nahum 1:1.
Go on.
And then you could reread the verse you were set, I think it's 4.
God, so it says Nahum chapter 3:1, woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robberies.
Yeah, woe to the bloody city. Remember, this country was founded on blood and also on witchcraft. Okay, the very inception of this place, all right, the so-called founding fathers, they were all witches, all right, to some degree, or masons.
It says the prey departeth not. So it says verse.
Well, who's the prey? The prey, the Israelites. Why don't they depart? Because basically, when they're being told what the truth is, they've been sent that delusion, right? That they should believe a lie. Because we were going into earlier, how, the left-hand side is against them, but we've been sent out here. It says, how shall they know unless, they have a teacher or. But we out here, but they don't lay it to no regard. The scriptures say.
Yeah, lest a man should teach me.
Yeah.
A man of the Lord.
Right. It says, wisdom cry without. She uttered her voice in the streets. Right? So the Lord is beckoning at the hand through the mouth of the prophets, but the prey or the Israelites depart not, except for the elect.
That's right, brother. That's right. That's right.
They fixed on this Western culture on that Edomite belief, and then they're going to die in that. You know, comfort is essentially going to be the death of many over here, because that's what they want to pursue.
Complacency.
Complacency, yeah. Go ahead.
It says Nahum 3 and 2. The noise of a whip. It says, and the noise of, like it says, of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots.
That's directly talking about New Babylon, New Assyria. As I talk about ancient Assyria. No, ancient Assyria was a bloody city. They fucked the northern kingdom up. Man, you see paintings of not paintings, but like inscriptions of like northern kingdom getting impaled and on like stakes and shit.
Hung upside down.
Yeah, bowing down toward the Assyrian kings. Man, it was just.
And how you
brutal
think you're supposed to save the heathen, bro? Yeah. These motherfuckers gonna pay, bro. You don't understand. The kingdom of heaven gonna be brutal for the heathen.
Yes.
Brutal, man. Brutality gonna have a new name to it, man.
Right. Like on this side, you know, we don't have no rest. You know, the scriptures say that basically our life, it pretty much hangs in the balance. There's no assurance of our life.
God.
Even though they're gonna get you know, the Sabbath and the high holy days, it's not going to really be a rest to them, because they're going to be meditating on all the hell that's coming the next day.
Yep.
That's how bad it's going to be. They're not going to be able to sleep peacefully.
Well, that's what we go through now.
That's it.
Jake ain't sleeping peacefully, man. You got demons fucking with you in your sleep.
That's
you
it.
You can barely stay sleep for less than 2 hours. Right? And then you waking up, you thinking about the shit you got to do tomorrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go on vacation, you thinking about, man, I got to go back in a couple days.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't even no fucking vacation.
Yeah, I believe most brothers probably got the 25th off, but what the fuck is that? You know, like you said, it was like another regular day.
Another fucking day, because you're going back to work on Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit
Hope
wasn't,
you get paid.
Yeah, go to work. You get that one day off, you go to work in a fucking snowstorm.
Yeah, snowstorm. You like, damn, man. Elder Ariala said, the time I get money don't exist no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'd be Jake. He's like, damn, you feel like it's bad luck, but it's just the world we living in, bro.
Just enough.
It's just enough, man. This world ain't our world, bro.
Yeah, it's miserable. Like, once you realize that everything is not what it seems on the surface, right? You could already feel the negative energy, but then you really see it for what it is. It's all fucking negative. There's nothing here for us.
That's right.
Because it's not our world. It's not our kingdom.
I believe that dude Patrick Bet-David, he claimed to be an Assyrian. I don't know how he would prove that. He's from Iran, and he's a Christian, but he claimed to be an Assyrian. You can fact check that out. Look that up.
What's his name?
Patrick Bet-David.
Patrick Bet-David?
Bet-David. He's a YouTuber, really big finance guy, Valuetainment. That guy. You've probably seen clips of him. He claimed one of the videos I heard him claim to be a Syrian. Matter of fact, he was doing an interview. You know, I mean, it's not that important, but I think he was doing an interview with somebody, and they were talking about multiple wives.
Andrew Tate.
He might have been. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think that was the one.
Yeah, he said he was he's an Syrian.
Oh yeah, no, he ain't no Syrian. He's a fucking Iranian.
Yeah.
It says Patrick Bet-David is an American
No, I mean
citizen.
his tribe.
Oh, neutralized. Okay.
Iran is just like that's a
Neutralized a naturalized Iranian descent.
Yeah. He's a Christian. He's not Muslim. And he's a self-hater too. There's a whole thing online about that. He really worships the so-called Jays. He's kissed their ass.
Yeah.
That dude, he kissed their ass. But you want to finish that off?
Go on.
And then if y'all got precepts here, then we'll just wrap it up.
So it says Nahum 3 and 3, the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear.
There we go. So this is talking about the new time now.
Yep.
All right. The bright sword. I'll be referring to the thermonuclear missiles, glittering spears. Go ahead.
It says and there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses.
Yeah, that's the nuclear missiles, the nuclear fire, the so-called the hellfire. The fire of Valley of Hinnom. Go ahead.
It says, and there is none end of their corpses, they stumble upon their corpses.
Yeah, that's definitely talking about the, so that's not talking about the ancient Assyria. All right, even though ancient Assyria was a bloody city. All right. So Nahum may have been thought it was talking about the ancient Assyria. But then those certain things just don't make sense. All right? Because during his lifetime, that didn't come to pass. So before he died, Nahum had to know, oh, he's talking about a future prophecy. All right.
That's right.
Go ahead.
So it says verse 4, so Nahum 3 and 4, so it says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, and the mistress, like it says, the mistress of witchcrafts, that sell the nations through whoredoms, and families through witchcrafts. It says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh.
And he sold us. He sold us into slavery. All over the world. All right, 1492 is the pinnacle year. He started selling us into slavery.
It says, verse 5, so name 3 and 5, it says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. It says, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
Yeah, so eventually that's going to happen. All right, all America's, what it says in Obadiah, all America's allies, all the men that were that confederacy have brought thee even to the borders, all right, meaning to your destruction, all right? You push you off a cliff, and that's what the missiles coming down and burning this whole place up. All right, I got precepts over here. You got precepts? No precepts? You got precepts over here? You got anything you want to say?
No, that's it. Which means face the east. We're going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
We're going to give double honors unto our elders and apostles, great millstone who rule well, and a hearty and sincere shalom to all the hopeful elect. We hope we are edified. To the next one, shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.